under the weather, feeling unwell or in poor health, experiencing symptoms of illness or discomfort, slightly indisposed or not fully functional, often due to minor illness or fatigue. He didn't want to miss the party, but he felt under the weather and decided to stay home. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I think I'll stay home and rest. Despite being under the weather, she managed to finish the project on time. Even though he was feeling under the weather, he went to work because he had important meetings scheduled. The rainy weather always makes her feel under the weather, but she tries to stay productive. Down for the count. Temporarily incapacitated or unable to continue due to illness, injury, or exhaustion. Defeated or overcome by a particular challenge or setback. Unable to recover or continue. The team's star player injured his ankle and was down for the count, unable to participate in the championship game. Despite her best efforts, she was down for the count after working long hours without rest. After catching the flu, she was down for the count and spent a week in bed recovering. The boxer was knocked out in the final round and was down for the count, unable to continue the fight. The company faced a series of setbacks and was down for the count, struggling to recover from financial losses. Out of sorts, feeling unwell, irritable, or not quite oneself, experiencing a sense of physical or emotional discomfort, disorganized or not functioning efficiently, lacking one's usual energy or focus. The sudden change in routine left her feeling out of sorts and disoriented. After a sleepless night, he felt out of sorts and struggled to concentrate at work. He seemed out of sorts at the family gathering, unusually quiet and withdrawn. She's been out of sorts ever since she caught that cold last week. The project deadline was looming, and the team was out of sorts, scrambling to meet the client's expectations. Aches and pains, general discomfort or soreness in various parts of the body, typically caused by illness, injury, or exertion. Minor physical complaints or discomforts, often associated with aging or overexertion. As she grew older, she began to experience more aches and pains in her joints. As winter approached, she felt the familiar aches and pains of arthritis in her knees. The athlete pushed through the aches and pains of training, determined to improve her performance. The flu left him with aches and pains all over his body, making it difficult to move. After a day of heavy lifting, he woke up with aches and pains in his back and shoulders. Feel like death warmed over. To feel extremely ill, weak, or exhausted, as if one is near death or barely surviving. To have a pale, gaunt, or unwell appearance, resembling someone who has experienced a severe illness or ordeal. After the surgery, he looked like death warmed over, pale and weak from the anesthesia. He stumbled into work after a sleepless night, looking like death warmed over and unable to focus on his tasks. Despite the makeup and smile, she felt like death warmed over after the breakup, struggling to maintain her composure. The flu had her feeling like death warmed over, with chills, fever, and aching muscles. After the all-nighter, he felt like death warmed over and could barely keep his eyes open. Level up your English. Master vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs with fun quizzes. Translate meanings into 104 languages. Download now. Link in the description. Please like and subscribe to our channel.